20 points and 22 rebounds in the semifinals last night.
Well, Grant Nelson's 6'11", 235 pounds. This is a rare breed of size and speed. He's the chess piece that Dave Richmond can move all over the court. A hybrid four-man. Leads the Bison in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. Made the all-defensive team. Last night, 20 points, 22 rebounds against South Dakota State. He's got the NBA scouts. Taking a long look at him.
There's a look at Paul Mills in his 6th year as head coach at Oral Roberts. Took ORU to the Sweet 16 a couple of years ago as a 15 seed. Spent 14 years under Scott Drew at Baylor. And Dave Richmond on the other side. In his 9th year at North Dakota State, he has won this tournament 3 times. And his teams have never finished worse than 3rd in the league. I mean, he has done a great job, especially when it gets to March. So we are ready to go. You've got Oral Roberts in white, North Dakota State in green. The 7'5" Connor Vanover ready to jump center for Oral Roberts, and they win the opening tip. And there is Max Asmus bringing it into the front court, the player of the year, and he's going to take the first shot. And Vanover doing what he does, the stick back off the rebound, and he's going to get fouled and get to the line right away.
Vanover that weak side rebound. NDSU's got to get a body on the big man. 7'5". They have to get physical inside.
And foul onto Javis Miller, freshman guard for North Dakota State. And the thing about Vanover, despite his size, Kevin, he's got great touch.
He can shoot the 3 ball, can score inside, can score at mid-range. And Clay, he can block shots like no one else. He even has more blocks than Zach Edey of Purdue.
Hits both free throws. He's an 80% foul shooter, and it's 2-0 Oral Roberts. And here comes North Dakota State. Knocked out the defending champ South Dakota State last night. Off the turnover, Carlos Jurgens is going to hand it off to Thompson. Kareem Thompson driving. And another foul on North Dakota State.
Well, NDSU does not want to turn this ball over. You cannot let Oral Roberts play in the open court. It's going to lead to this, free throws. There's just a miscommunication on that dump down. Great read by Connor Vanover, and now they're going to attack the basket. Contact, back at the free throw line.
For Bowden Skunberg, junior out of Jamestown, North Dakota, getting the Bison on the board.
Really good inside-outside action, Clay. Touch inside and kick it back out for the 3.
Welcome to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Denny Sanford Premier Center. It's the Summit League Championship, the Bison of North Dakota State and the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts. The winner gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Clay Matvick and former Omaha head coach Kevin Lehman. Oral Roberts went perfect in the regular season, 18-0, and they've got the player of the year in Max Asmus, and they've got a lot of role players too, like their glue guy, Kareem Thompson, who just scores 2 there, and Oral Roberts out to this early lead here in South Dakota.
Well, Kareem Thompson scored that one at the short range, got one to the free throw line earlier, and also the big man Connor Vanover already with a block shot and a couple free throws.
7'5" defensive player of the year in this league. That shot is in and out for North Dakota State. As Max Asmus comes into the front court, hits the 7-footer, who is very good from outside the arc, but he comes up empty there.
He's got 45 triples on the season. You got to guard him on that pick and pop. Left that one a little bit short.
He had 17 points, 11 rebounds in the semis. Also blocked 5 shots last night in the win over St. Thomas. It's a young North Dakota State team. The freshman, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, with an extra pass there to Morgan, but it's knocked away, and here comes Oral Roberts again.
Wheeler-Thomas had a great night last night. He's got a repeat performance.
A. Smith swishing home a three.
You got to find that young man, A. Smith, at the three line. He's one of the top three-point shooters in the nation.
Second leading scorer in conference history. He has had a great career at Oral Roberts. There you see the North Dakota State starting five. They start two freshmen in the backcourt, Wheeler-Thomas and Miller. And North Dakota State, with that 10-point win last night in front of a hostile crowd. Dave Richmond, the head coach, very pleased with how they overcame the environment. And Oral Roberts had a tough time with St. Thomas. In fact, trailed at the half, but they haven't lost a conference game all season, including here in Sioux Falls.
Clay, this is an Oral Roberts team that's old. They got speed. They can shoot it. Unbelievable skill level. And North Dakota State, that was an impressive performance against SDSU last night. That game was not as close as the final score indicates.
8-0 run for Oral Roberts. They're third in the country in scoring at 84 points per game. They tried to get it down to the 7-footer, but Vanover had it stolen away by Scunberg.
Good job by Scunberg. He was giving up about a full foot, able to come around and knock that loose.
Scunberg had a game-high 24 last night. He needs to stay hot for North Dakota State to have a good opportunity to win here tonight.
Also their defensive stopper. He's going to be locked on to A. Smith as much as possible.
Carlos Jurgens doesn't get the bounce, but a rebound by Thompson.
Oh, I love Thompson's game. He is definitely the glue man. Extra possessions, offensive rebound.
Isaac McBride knocks down the three, and North Dakota State needs a timeout. An 11-0 run for Oral Roberts. And we're not even 4 minutes into this one. It's a 15-3 lead for the Golden Eagles here in the Summit League title game.
Feels good to see the world is I don't know about you.
Why are you so upset?
You know, I am upset.
Buckle up! That says it all right there.
Feels good to see the world is I don't know about you.
Champ Week. This is it. No more chances. Tomorrow's.
This event gets better every year, and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
In March, we move up ladders and into. Game on.
Feels good to see the world is I don't know about you.
Game on.
The XFL gets you closer to football than ever before.
Coach Oz, aloha. That's fail on one.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire...
This event gets better every year, and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
You're watching ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. Hot start for Paul Mills, Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. They lead by 12 in his 6th year as head coach. Took ORU to the Sweet 16 a couple of years ago as a 15 seed. And David Richmond on the other side in his 9th year at North Dakota State. He has won this tournament 3 times. And he always has his Bison playing well in March. And he does again.
2019 took him to the NCAA tournament. They met up with Duke in that second round. Zion Williamson had a tough matchup there, but he has done a fantastic job. I was able to call his second game as a head coach when we went to play the Iowa Hawkeyes. You could tell he was going to get this program on great footing.
His team needs to start picking it up on the offensive end. They shot it well last night in the semis. 1 for 5 so far. That shot is blocked as Strite is denied by the big 7'5" Vanover.
Well, Dave Richmond said they want to attack the big man, make it physical inside on him. So far, he's been able to keep his distance and alter some shots and block some shots.
And they keep going down for Oral Roberts. That's Patrick Mwamba, the transfer from UT Arlington.
It's one of the top teams in the country. Oral Roberts in threes made per game. They are on fire to start this game.
They average 11 three makes per game. Second in the country as Wheeler Thomas can't get it to go with the floater.
They already got 4 triples in, and they've been open threes.
Mwamba with the shot fake. Joshua Strite did not play last night for North Dakota State. In this matchup, he's getting some early minutes. Off the miss, kept alive here by Thompson for the Golden Eagles. He attacks, tried to draw the foul and couldn't.
Up in the air, nowhere to go, but another offensive rebound by Thompson.
Strite out for Waddles. Lance Waddles can't hit. Second chance opportunity here for the Bison. And they finally get one past the big man inside. And Skunberg has all 5 of North Dakota State's points.
And Skunberg got up there quick. The big man was coming. Vanover almost got a piece of that one.
That 3 missed badly. Mwamba on Skunberg. And doesn't get the bounce.
Well, it's been one and done for the Bison.
Asmus and Vanover. This combination has been deadly all year. And good teamwork there.
Short roll by the big man, Vanover. Deadly at that mid-range. See what great balance and form.
Here's Grant Nelson of Devils Lake, North Dakota, guy that the Bison need to have tonight on top of his game, but they get the bounce down for Lance Waddles, another freshman guard for Dave Richmond.
Young team here in DSU. They've got 3 freshmen in that 8-man rotation.
Close to 70% of their minutes are down to freshmen or sophomores.
No seniors on this team. Thought it was going to be a rebuild year. They got hot here late.
Oh, man. Wow. Isaac McBride with another triple. The Vanderbilt transfer started his career at Kansas. Bill Self was sad to see him leave. Ends up at Oral Roberts, and he's been an impact player.
Not only is he impacted on the court, but he was the main guy to recruit Connor Vanover. They were high school teammates.
Under 13 minutes to play. First half, it's been all Oral Roberts, the regular season champs here in the Summit League. Good stick back there by Joshua Strite.
Well, the penetration made the big man come over. Vanover able to get a second chance opportunity. I still like the Bison. They have to penetrate and attack, kick it out, but the defense collapses. They got to make some stops with this in play.
Mwamba will try a 3, and he got it. Patrick Mwamba out of the Congo. 2 threes here in the first half.
It's been real simple pick and pops. Oh, Roberts lighting up from the perimeter. NDSU's got to make some adjustments.
Oral Roberts 6 for 11 from outside the arc to start. What a first half for Oral Roberts, the regular season champs, trying to clinch a trip to the national tournament, and they are reining them in from downtown here in Sioux Falls.
This event gets better every year, and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
In March, we move up ladders and into... Game on.
ABC Hockey Saturday. An original
In March, we move up ladders and into. In March, we move up ladders and into.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to. I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to.
Champ Week. This is it. No more chances. Tomorrow's.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire...
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. 7'5" transfer from Arkansas, Connor Vanover, making an impact here early, Kevin.
He's got 105 blocks on the season, 2 today, and he's affecting other shots. There's a great steal as they get the transition game going. Now the big man creates a little space. I like the way that he blocks it right to himself. Therefore, they can start the fast break. Gets another one there. Redirects that one to next Tuesday.
And he can score it, too. He's got 4 here early on. He was on that Arkansas team that knocked Oral Roberts finally off their Cinderella run in the national tournament a couple of years ago. Ends up at Oral Roberts, and what an impact he has made as North Dakota State is trying to hang around. They've gotten down into a hole here early, 26-11, under 12 to go in the first half.
Well, nice OB play to get a touch for the big man, Grant Nelson. Need to get him going.
Now a foul underneath. Oral Roberts has the longest winning streak in the nation, currently at 16 in a row. They haven't lost since January the 9th at New Mexico.
As that's a game that they scheduled during the season. They want to get a road trip in against a quad 1 team. But 16 in a row since that time, Clay.
Yeah, you really got to tip your hat to Paul Mills. He scheduled some tough opponents in the early part of the year.
Yeah, talk Houston, at St. Mary's of California, Liberty.
That's going to be tied up on the floor. And the possession arrow is going to keep it on this end. It's the 5th toughest schedule in the country. Every loss for Oral Roberts a true road loss against quad 1 opponents.
And that net rank of 42, 0-4 against quad 1s. They do have a win over Liberty, which is a quad 2 win. But they took them all on. Utah State, it's going to be an NCAA tournament team. New Mexico hanging around 50. And Houston, #1 in the net. Paul Mills took on all comers.
Back-to-back turnovers. Here comes Jakari White for North Dakota State. JUCO transfer.
See if they can tap the rim here with the big man on the sidelines. Getting a breather.
Sam Hostreiter did not play in last night's semifinal win. They work it on the wing for White. He misses his 3. And North Dakota State stays cool from the field.
Paul Mills trying to get some rest for Vanover. He's going to take him out certain times of each half. Use a smaller lineup.
I know you really like McBride. His 2nd year at ORU. He's very comfortable running that point. That one is blocked.
That backcourt of A. Smith and McBride, tremendous speed. That's why they're averaging 84 points a game. Those 2 guys can get it going. A great rotation, and the shot blocked by Morgan.
Man, Mwamba's having a good first half.
Great head fake and finish at the rim in traffic.
Patrick Mwamba has 8 points.
Paul Mills gets some great bench production.
Loose ball again. And another empty possession for the Bison.
If they change this ball screen defense that NDSU's been using early.
Mwamba again. Didn't get the shot to go, but he'll be at the line. Well, we have you covered on Selection Sunday. It all starts at noon Eastern on ESPN with college basketball live at 6. Reese and the guys look at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced, followed by breakdowns of each region. Then at 8, the women's field of 68 is revealed with continuing coverage on ESPNU.
I'm having a watch party at my house, and you're invited.
I'm about 5 hours from you. You gonna come pick me up?
Depends on what you bring with you.
You know. Mwamba hits the free throw. He's got another one coming. Mwamba, an interesting study, a product of the NBA Global Academy in Africa.
The first African player from that academy to get a Division I offer, Patrick Mwamba, at UT Arlington. Came over to play in an all-star game. They saw him and liked him, and then he made the transfer to Oral Roberts.
They're really proud of his progress, too. Now this is the biggest lead of the night for Oral Roberts as Dave Richmond is going to have to work on some things here with his team.
We'll see if they can attack with Vanover on the bench.
Skunberg floats it up, doesn't get it to go. And rebound plucked by Deshang Weaver.
They got to get Grant Nelson involved in this offense. He's been forgotten man.
Poked out of bounds by Miller. It'll stay with Oral Roberts with 21 on the shot clock. You know, Oral Roberts, even though a win tonight would give them 30 on the year, Kevin, they're not in the at-large conversation. If they don't win tonight, Paul Mills' team is not going to the national tournament.
Yeah, if you look at Joe Lenardi, he's down there in his bracket bunker. They're not even in the conversation as first 4 out or second 4 out.
Stick back by Weaver. Deshang Weaver only played 5 minutes last night with semis, Kevin. And we thought he might get more minutes tonight because of this matchup.
Well, Oral Roberts already with 12 points from their bench. Great production.
Miller drives the kick to Hostreiter. His three doesn't go.
Smith, he's testing the waters on that shot.
North Dakota State, second drought of more than 3 minutes here tonight without a point.
And Nelson had a post up in there. They did not get the ball to him. He's got to get some touches.
Floating it up, Wheeler Thomas, no.
Wheeler Thomas coming off a career high 17 last night. Also a career high 7 assists. They need that freshman to play like a senior today.
Yeah, the one thing that impressed me about Wheeler Thomas is how he shut down Zeke Mayo at certain stretches of the game. Mayo still got his points, but the freshman did a good job locking him up at times. And now another shot that goes down for Weaver, this time from the wing, and another timeout called by North Dakota State.
It's been raining 3 balls in here, and here comes another one. They've got 7. Pick and pop, nothing but nylon.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to...
In March, we move up ladders and into...
The XFL gets you closer to football than ever before.
Both sides, aloha. That's fail on one.
Float, float, float.
Game on.
This event gets better every year, and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the hunt.
In March, we move up ladders and into...
Buckle up! That says it all right there.
This event gets better every year and buzzing with excitement right now.
Red Wings.
Making his way in on goal. Dylan Larkin.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire
Says it all right there.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to...
All right, Zubin, thanks, guys. Oral Roberts with a 24-point lead here in the Summit League title game. And Kevin, they've got 8 assists on 11 made baskets. This team really knows how to share the ball.
They share the sugar, and A. Smith has 6 of those 8 assists. It's one of the things Paul Mills this summer talked about. He'd become more of a distributor. You know what a great scorer A. Smith is. Unselfish team. That's what makes them so dangerous.
There he is again. Good feed, and Weaver with the tomahawk dunk.
Transition baskets. This team gets out and runs as well as anybody. A. Smith's the trigger man. Great feel. And there's the finish inside by the big man.
You can see why they went undefeated in conference play this year. Second straight year a team has gone unbeaten in league play. South Dakota State did it last year, and they won the conference tournament. Well, as we continue here at the Summit League, the ACC men's tournament marching on. Of course, Miami is the #1 seed in the bracket. North Carolina is the team a lot of people are keeping an eye on. They need to win to get in.
They need to. Yeah, they got to run through this ACC tournament. UNC having a tough year.
Thompson's going to check out for Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts did a great job. You see Nelson at the line now. Nelson had 20 points, 22 rebounds. Yes, 22 rebounds last night in their win over South Dakota State. But they've kept Nelson from getting touches near the rim, and now you got the big man back in. Connor Vanover is going to patrol the paint for Oral Roberts.
#2 shot blocker in the country. Over 100 on the season.
He's even ahead of the guy at Purdue, Zach Edey.
Juergens gets it out to Mwamba. His 3 doesn't go. And Vanover is going to be called for a foul.
A good block out that time by Grant Nelson.
Vanover, you know, you look at him, and it's amazing that he hasn't been in more foul trouble this year just because of how big he is. Those are long levers, and sometimes they're hard to control, but he's pretty smooth.
He is. His great timing on his shots, balance. See right there was the ability to move his feet sideways, and that's what the Bison want to do, was attack him that time. Great job creating the space and getting another block.
That's his 3rd.
He's the aircraft carrier in the paint.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the half. It's been all Oral Roberts.
Got a mismatch inside.
Out of bounds. It'll stay on this end with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
A. Smith saw that mismatch that Vanover had, backed it out, got the ball to the side. Vanover a little upset that the ball wasn't thrown up high. He is 7'5". Get it up there around the square and let the big man go get it.
Trey Phipps junior guard just checked in for Oral Roberts as Asmus hits another jump shot.
Lightning in a bottle, that OB play. A. Smith inbounded, got the screen, and the bucket.
He's got 5. And there's the shot. It goes down for Andrew Morgan, the monster with the mullet, finally getting on the board.
Well, Morgan got his body into Vanover and then the fadeaway. That's what they need to do more often.
Asmus attacks so good off the dribble.
He started out as a facilitator. Now he's becoming a scorer for Oral Roberts. He's one of the most exciting players in the country.
In double figures 29 times and 23 last night. Here's Nelson for 3. That's off the back iron. Vanover corrals the rebound.
An impressive first half here for Oral Roberts.
Boy, I'm sure Dave Richmond has his head just spinning, thinking about all the things he wants to cover at halftime.
Well, that's twice Skunberg been behind Vanover and able to come around and get the steal.
Blocking foul. It's going to go against Jurgens, his second. I mean, you were a coach for a long time, Kevin. I mean, I'm sure you were in these kind of situations where you're down big and there's still a lot of game to go.
Just once or twice. Actually, a few more. That's why I'm sitting next to you.
Well, where do you begin? I mean, there's still enough time where they could climb back into it, but I mean, they've got a lot of adjusting to do.
It always starts at the defensive end. They got blitzed early on that ball screen coverage, so they made the adjustments there. Now you have to find some answers at the offensive end because you got to deal with the big man in there. Vanover, that's not easy. So you got to get some ball movement and stay in the attack. But it starts with your defense. You get some stops and create some offense from your defense. That's huge. But this Oral Roberts team has been just lightened up from outside. It's hard to speed up number 3.
Asmus deep 3. Man, everything is falling for Oral Roberts.
He's got 7 assists, and he decided, hey, I'm going to become a scorer here in the last 8 minutes. A. Smith, 10 on the board.
And Skunberg is fouled. Oral Roberts 8 for 17 from 3.
As you mentioned, they're averaging just around 11 a game. They're well on their way for that one. Look at the balance of this. It's the old school rocker step. His right foot and balance up and bang that one home. Asmus telling him, hey coach, run another play for me.
Nelson's going to go to the bench. It's been a tough first half for him. He's just got 3 points. He's only taken 3 shot attempts, and they need more volume from him.
They've got to get him some touches. And he's 6'11". When he stands next to Connor Vanover, he's just dwarfed. He's still giving up 6 inches, and he's 6'11".
Thompson working on the freshman Miller. Good job by the rookie.
There you go. Get that turnover, see if you can get some action in transition.
Skunberg has his pocket picked, and then Skunberg with the foul. It's been a frustrating first half for Skunberg and the Bison. 44-17 Golden Eagles. 3:42 to go in the first.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire
ABC Hockey Saturday, an original six.
This event gets better every year and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah baby I float. It's hard to.
This event gets better every year and they're buzzing with excitement right now.
In March, we move up ladders and into
Leon Rocky Edwards.
This event gets better every year and buzzing with excitement right now.
The XFL gets you closer to football than ever before.
Both sides, aloha. That's fail on one.
ABC Hockey Saturday. An original six.
This event gets better every year and buzzing with excitement right now.
Champ Week.
This is it. No more chances. Tomorrow's.
In March, we move up ladders and into.
Red Wings.
Making his way in on goal. Dylan Larkin.
Yeah, of course, Oral Roberts made it to the Sweet 16, but they were the champions of the league. They knew they had to win again here tonight to get into the tournament because they're not in the conversation to be an at-large. This is a very good basketball team that's going to give somebody a lot of trouble in a first-round matchup should they advance, and right now it looks really good for Oral Roberts. Mwamba off the loose ball, taps it in, and he's going to go to the line for an and-one opportunity.
Speed, depth, 19 points off the bench. Mwamba's been spectacular in this game. That tip ball, he just picks up the loose change. Offense by accident, he's got a chance for a three-point play. Who's your right, Clay? They got a little bit of everything. They got the big man inside, can block the shots, shoot the three ball, and they can play styles. They can play fast, and they can score playing slow.
And you mentioned it at the top. I mean, they're veteran.
Yes.
And that's what gets you deep into tournaments.
No question. It comes about guard play, and they got icing on the cake with the big man inside. Shot blocker, tough cover.
Skundberg probing. Out for Jakari White. Little step back jumper. Long range three doesn't go.
And we talk a lot about this Oral Roberts offense. Their defense has been spectacular in this game.
Mwamba with a dozen. And the freshman, Wheeler Thomas, with the rebound.
I was going to say, you better pick Mwamba, put it on the deck, because he's been knocking in threes, but misfired on that one.
North Dakota State lost both games to ORU in the regular season. They lost 92-69 at home, but played them close in Tulsa, losing 74-66. They held ORU to 37% shooting in February. That was the Eagles' second worst shooting game of the year. When we talked to Dave Richmond last night, he said, that's the kind of lockdown defense we need to play, you know, to stay in the game. They just haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, they really had, even though they lost that game, gave them a huge bit of confidence they could play with this team.
Asmus back out to Phipps. The player of the year with it again. They talked about how they share it, and they share it so well.
Well, the spacing is outstanding also.
Mwamba can't finish. Now Skundberg wants to run.
Mwamba upset himself because he had that one point blank.
Skundberg scored 30 against Denver 3 weeks ago. I mean, when he gets hot, he can really go off. They need somebody to get hot, as Morgan will go to the line. Well, tomorrow our NBA doubleheader starts in the Big Easy with Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans hosting Luka and the Mavs at 7:30 Eastern. Then it's the Raptors and the Clippers. NBA coverage tomorrow.
Good look at that long drink of water. Connor Vanover.
Don't you feel for the parents when he was growing up trying to buy clothes for that kid?
Not only that, Clay, he's got brothers. They're twins, and they're both 7 foot plus also. Think about that.
So I'm sure they got some of the hand-me-downs from Connor.
Yeah, Brandon, his brother played at Central Arkansas, and Justin is at Alabama, actually plays in the band. But the parents, Chris and Robin, are here tonight. Robin played at Arkansas. I don't know where you find pants.
Here are the Vanovers.
Yep, good shot of them.
Minute and a half to go here in the first. Mwamba.
He was hot early. Finally cooling off.
Still, this team shooting well over 50% for the half. And they've got 8 threes. North Dakota State in a third drought of more than 3 minutes.
We get penetration, but Vanover's just patrolling that paint.
5 on the shot clock. The looper doesn't go. Scottenberg the stick back.
They swung the backboard that time. And DSU getting a putback.
Phipps, son of a coach, goes inside to the hot hand this half, Mwamba, and that's good touch. That's a hard shot.
And 3 shot fakes to get the defender off balance. Mwamba kept his balance, able to finish. There you go. Nope.
And a turnover. It's been that kind of half for North Dakota State. Their 7th turnover of the half. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with 30 seconds to go in the first. 48-20, Oral Roberts.
Game on.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to.
So it's a little tight. Makes me feel husky.
The 6'7" junior from the Congo has been impressive for Oral Roberts.
Well, they've got 21 bench points. He has got 14. He has a hot hand, the pick and pop. He's drained them from the 3-point line. He's knocked in 2 of those. Got in tight along the rim. Mwamba showing the bench strength of this Golden Eagles team.
A couple of years ago in the title game, Oral Roberts led North Dakota State at the half by 25, but remember in that game, the Bison rallied, and it was a tie game with under a minute to go. ORU ended up winning, but, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Bison can do it again here tonight in the second half. Come back. 2 seconds to go. Mwamba trying to add to his tally, and he does. How about that for an exclamation point on an incredible first half for the Golden Eagles?
9 triples by Oral Roberts, and they come out on fire, hitting on all cylinders. They were smoking hot in the first half.
That is a new record for points in the first half in a 7th League championship game. Well, the halftime report is next. Let's go to Zubin and the guys in the studio. Kevin Lehman, they've been getting it done on both ends of the floor.
Well, Vanover had him tied to the tracks in the defensive end. He gets his steal, and then he's going to get into the block party at the other end. It's been all Patrick Mwamba off the bench. They got 24 bench points, 17 from Mwamba, and he did it in 13 minutes of action.
Oral Roberts going for a 17th straight win, a 7th NCAA bid in program history. The stats very lopsided. They average 11 threes made per game. That is second best in the country, and they've already got 9.
North Dakota State shooting just 27% from the field. And they got to get Grant Nelson involved. He's only got 3 shots.
Juergens, his shot from the wing doesn't go. I'm sure Dave Richmond had a long list of things that he addressed at halftime for the Bison. What was foremost?
Well, ball screen defense, because they got those early threes. They're going to have to lock on and switch out top. They were trying to trap a little bit early in the game, left too many open threes.
Juergens, a little floater, doesn't go, but there's Nelson. Made just 1 field goal in the first half. He doesn't get the shot to go there, but some progress being made perhaps as he gets to the line.
That'd be number 2, Clay. You got to get number 4 there, Grant Nelson, involved in your offense. He's got to be more aggressive and chase after the basketball. He's coming off games against South Dakota in this tournament, 23-11. South Dakota State, he had 20 and 22 rebounds. Only 3 shots in the first half from Grant Nelson.
Kareem Thompson's going to sit down for Paul Mills because the senior just picked up his 3rd foul.
Thompson got him off to a great start, got the free throw line early as he attacked the interior of North Dakota State's defense.
Let's see if the Bison can make some stops here in the second half. They really struggled with that in the first. Just need to start chipping away.
Haven't got much production from those freshmen backcourt either.
Boy, just a nice shot from Asmus, the player of the year in the Summit League for the 2nd time.
He has such great rhythm in his game. He's created some space off the bounce.
Remember, he led the nation in scoring a couple of years ago. Was the player of the year that year, too. That was the season they went to the Sweet 16.
You know, and the great thing about him is he could have went in that transfer portal. He stayed at Oral Roberts, wants to take him back to the tourney again.
Morgan, no. Falls down in the process. Out of bounds. And he'll stay with the Bison. So, remember a couple of years ago, Oral Roberts had a 25-point lead at the half. North Dakota State came charging back and tied that game with 36 seconds left. So they've done it once before in this kind of environment. Now, that was the COVID year. There weren't fans at the Pentagon. A little different from an atmosphere standpoint. With that said, they have done it.
Like Morgan got hit in the, he's grabbing his chest. He got an elbow up there high. That may be what our review is going to be for, Clay.
Our officiating crew, Brian McNutt, Lewis Garrison, Brooks Wells.
And Brooks will go over and tell us what they're looking for.
They're looking at a potential F1, Kevin.
Yeah, you can see the play here right there is where Andrew Morgan got caught one, right? You watch him here at the bottom of your screen. Like Mwamba might have got a piece of him.
It's the 2nd foul on Mwamba. Now, whether it's just a run-of-the-mill personal foul or an F1, we're waiting to see.
And Andrew Morgan's a tough dude now. He was playing last year with mono. They didn't even know he had mono. Andrew Morgan. There it is right there.
This is going to be a flagrant 1. Excessive contact on Mwamba. So an opportunity here for North Dakota State to get points at the line. And it's going to be Andrew Morgan shooting, and not a great foul shooter at 53%.
I was talking about him a year ago. Had a ruptured spleen, lost 20 pounds, and came back and played. Didn't even know he had mono, and he got hit, and the spleen ruptured. Got the ambulance ride to the hospital. Tough kid right there.
Well, he hits both of his foul shots. He went 6 of 7 at the line last night against South Dakota State.
He's been trying to attack the big man, Connor Vanover. Not a lot of success, though.
Damari Wheeler-Thomas held to no points in the first half after that 17-point explosion last night. Now, Morgan draws another foul.
Stay on the attack. Get physical with Connor Vanover.
Second foul on Vanover. And the big man with the mullet goes back to the line.
Good power, strong one. That's what Coach Richmond said they want to do. Try to get their body into Vanover, bang him a little bit, and try to wear him out. Let's see if that strategy plays off here better in the second half. Now some full court pressure for the Bison. Tough team to pressure with McBride.
Yeah, McBride and Asmus, they handle it so well. Oh, the alley-oop for the 7'5" Connor Vanover, and he flushes it down.
Set play, double screen action for A. Smith. Both defenders went with A. Smith, and they ran the big man to the rim.
Nelson gets it stuck up on the rim, and it's not moving. How does that happen?
That's when you know it's not your day. That's called, you're drowning in the shallow end there, baby.
I mean, I know he's from Devil's Lake, North Dakota, but that's some voodoo stuff right there.
See that play there? They drug off Street on that. Throw it up to the rim. And you don't have to be very accurate on that pass when the guy's 7'5". And if you try to rotate those guards over, they're coming up to right below where that number 35 is. Good play.
Oh, rejected by Vanover.
Nice OB play. Vanover out of the clouds.
Fourth block. And he can shoot the 3 too. Second chance opportunity. Asmus. And a third crack at it.
Vanover didn't even jump for that rebound.
McBride, high arcing 3 attempt. They haven't hit a 3 here in the second half after 9 in the first half.
They get those two guards, go to those freshman guards, Wheeler Thomas and Miller you talked about, both scoreless.
Nelson has really struggled with the size of Oral Roberts here tonight. But he does draw the foul.
I like there, he stayed, created the contact. Looks like it's going to be before the shot. But you have to stay aggressive if you're Grant Nelson.
He scored 21 and 24 in his 2 games against Oral Roberts this season. As you see Vanover sitting down. He had a double-double in the second game, but Nelson has been almost a non-factor here tonight for the Bison. Meanwhile, Morgan is starting to heat up.
He's got to get real active now that Vanover's out.
Stolen away.
Nelson's got to start demanding the basketball.
Jurgens kicks it.
That's what you need. Turnovers.
Skundberg. He'll drive, lobs it down. Nelson. This time it bounces home for him.
There you go. Get one close to the rim.
Just his second make tonight.
Need to get him more involved. Lots of time left, Clay. So you got to make stops at this end.
Jurgens wide open. Hasn't been a great shooting night for Jurgens.
Oral Roberts starting to cool off a little bit here in the second half. Tough shot there. Floater.
Mwamba with the rebound.
Skundberg with a floater.
Thought long and hard about it, and then he spins it in.
You got to go guard that dude. I don't know why Andrew Morgan hesitated. He's knocked a bunch of threes in. Get out there and make him bounce it. Nelson wants to get the Nelson in there.
Mwamba extending his season high to 20.
There you go.
Wheeler Thomas misses the floater.
Nelson with a good read. They doubled him. Good kick out. Wheeler Thomas couldn't convert. There's no big man in there. Oh my gosh. They're all scoring off the bench.
To Shang Weaver, he had 7 at the half. It's his first basket of the second. Skunberg muscles one up and in.
Skunberg found an open hole in the middle of the defense.
Well, North Dakota State has found a little more offensive rhythm, Kevin, but they're still down the same deficit they were at halftime.
Yeah, they look better at the offensive end and more aggressive at the defensive end.
But McBride draws the foul.
It's been too many 3 balls for Oral Roberts. Owamba's come off the bench and hit 4 of these triples. They've got 11 as a team. It's raining the 3 balls in here. Pick and pop, another triple. Big lead for Oral Roberts.
Game on. 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 Game on.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah baby I float. It's hard to.
This event gets better every year and buzzing with excitement right now. This event gets better every year and buzzing with excitement right now.
Paul Mills taking Oral Roberts to the Sweet 16 a couple of years ago as a 15 seed, the second ever 15 seed to advance to a Sweet 16, and they beat Ohio State in overtime in the first round. Then in the second round they stunned Florida and ran into Arkansas. Connor Vanover happened to be on that Razorbacks team at the time. Now of course plays for Oral Roberts, but what a run that was. And this is going to be a tough team to beat this year in the NCAA tournament.
Well, the Golden Eagles, they were St. Peter's before St. Peter's. And right now, Lenardi has them on the 12th seed line, has them opposite the Iowa State Cyclones. Watch out, you don't want to play this Oral Roberts team in the NCAA tournament. A lot of weapons.
Now, Kareem Thompson is going to come back into the game. Mwamba, who's a career-high night going, is going to sit down for Oral Roberts. By the way, Max Asmus, the senior for Oral Roberts, player of the year in the league, on a double-double right now. 12 points, 10 assists, his 4th career double-double.
Made it look easy.
McBride is going to go to the line. So many weapons.
Well, McBride started that career at Kansas. Got some great strength. That is a unbelievable backcourt. McBride and Asmus. Quickness, speed, they can both shoot it and defend exceptionally well.
Isaac McBride, second team All-Summit League. Out of Little Rock, Arkansas, gets them both.
He shoots the 3 ball at over 40%, McBride.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough team to scout and prepare for. And that's a traveling call. As North Dakota State gives it away, that's Sam Hostreiter, the freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska.
They had a little problem last night with St. Thomas. St. Thomas had 5 shooters around the perimeter trying to pull the big man Vanover out. They were knocking in some threes against this Oral Roberts team.
And St. Thomas doing a great job still adjusting to the Summit League. They haven't completely finished their transition process, weren't even eligible for the national tournament this year yet, but really gave Oral Roberts trouble last night. A testament to Johnny Tower and the job he's doing with the Tommies. And it's another jump ball. It'll stay on this end. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
And Max Asmus, he took that game over late in the game yesterday against St. Thomas. Just took it over. He was not going to let this team lose. As you mentioned tonight, Asmus with a double-double already.
To Shang Weaver.
Still run that high ball screen. Pick and pop with the big man.
Miller off the rebound, takes it all the way down, can't finish at the cup. Asmus steps back over the freshman. Jurgens climbing for the rebound, and there is a foul on North Dakota State. Now the Big 12 men's tournament is going on. There's a look at the bracket. Oklahoma State is a team on the bubble needing to win tonight against in-state rival Oklahoma.
Yeah, West Virginia solidly in after a big win at Iowa State. But Oklahoma State is a team, 7 teams right now Joe Lenardi has from the Big 12 in the tournament. Oklahoma State trying to become number 8. They got to make a little run in that Big 12 tournament in Kansas City.
Winner of this one is on to the NCAA tournament representing the Summit League. South Dakota State was the champ last year. The Jackrabbits got beat by North Dakota State last night. That was a game where South Dakota State just didn't have its best night. It was an off night for the Jacks.
Really impressive performance so by the freshman of North Dakota State last night. Wheeler Thomas was sensational, and Grant Nelson in that game, 22 rebounds. The whole South Dakota State team only had 24.
Well, they call him Baby Bison for Dave Richmond's club. 70% of their minutes have gone to freshmen or sophomores. They don't have any seniors. 8 of the 13 players on the roster had never played in this building before this weekend.
Well, they had a real slow start to the season. Only had 3 wins at Christmas. Then the light kind of came on, and Nelson attacking the big man inside, getting one off the window.
Nelson with 9, so he'll probably end up in double figures here tonight, but it's just been a difficult evening as far as trying to accumulate points.
You thought he might be that Nelson, they could move him around the chess piece around the board. Maybe put some pressure on how Oral Roberts is going to guard with Connor Vanover. It just did not happen in the first half.
Vanover 0 for 3 from outside the arc. He's a 40% three-point shooter, though.
And there's one of those shots that he altered Vanover, even though he didn't block it.
Asmus, hard to slow down. He'll get to the line.
Well, as good he is in half court, Asmith is unbelievable in the open court.
A 33-point cushion for Oral Roberts here in Sioux Falls.
Game on. 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 on.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the honey.
Game on. 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 Game on.
Red Wings.
Making his way in on goal. Dylan Larkin.
In March, we move up ladders and into.
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. And boy, has ORU taken care of business tonight. Right from the opening tip, the Bison have been dehorned.
That's a good description, Clay. Exactly what happened. They came out with a barrage of threes. And the big man inside, patrolling the middle.
That's their 32nd three-point attempt tonight for ORU. They've made a good share of them, 11 overall. How about that rebound and then assist for the big 7'5" Connor Vanover?
Before the ball was in Vanover's hands, he saw underneath that Thompson was going to be open. Nice dump down. What a skill level of that young man at 7'5". And he can come back and play an extra year. He got the COVID year coming if he wants it.
Morgan's going to go back to the line. There's Paul Mills, head coach for Oral Roberts. 14 years under Scott Drew at Baylor. Helped the Bears get to 7 NCAA tournaments. And you can see that Scott's got quite a coaching tree going.
Well, he's got Paul Mills now. 29 wins. Jerome Tang doing a great job at Kansas State. They got 23 wins. And Grant McCasman at North Texas, 25 wins for him. And I was watching the huddle now, just like Scott Drew. I'm watching Paul Mills give his assistants a lot of autonomy. They're in there in the huddle, working with players.
Did Eldon Miller do that for you? Did he give you a lot of autonomy when you were at Northern Iowa?
Yeah, I got to coach the guards all the time.
Yeah?
All-time assist leader, Dale Turner. Take responsibility for that one.
But did he take the credit, or did he give it to you?
Eldon Miller was the best, man.
He was.
He was the best. I call him the Yoda.
I'll tell you what, Morgan's put together a pretty nice game. Now, it may not make a big difference at the end of the night, but he's played pretty well.
He stayed aggressive, even though he's going against a guy giving up about 7 inches. There's Nelson.
Nelson going right against the 7-footer. Bodies on the ground. And Nelson still working hard here. Down 33.
Yeah, Nelson just didn't get enough looks in the first half. Wasn't aggressive. There's some quick hands. Fearless in their attack to big. And there's, again, Morgan. Those mid-range jumpers, Vanover can't quite get to him. Morgan now with 11 on the Bison.
A. Smith stepping into a 3.
Oh, that's a rare miss by A. Smith. You see those three-point field goals, just 2 of 12 in the second half as Oral Roberts had cooled down a bit after that red-hot first half from the distance.
Kareem Thompson, you call him the glue guy. He just plucked another rebound Does a little bit of everything for Oral Roberts.
I love his game. He does the dirty work.
Smith will try another three, and he knocks that one down. That is a even dozen now for Oral Roberts from three.
Scores like he breathes. Makes it look easy.
Go right at Vanover again. That's dropped in by Scunberg. By the way, Vanover now 106 blocks on the year. He's got 5 tonight. That is a Summit League single-season blocks record.
I told you he's got more blocks than Zach Eady, big man from Purdue.
And now Vanover, foul.
Now, here's the amazing part about his game. This guy is 7'5". Guess what he shoots from the free throw line? 7'5". Don't be looking at your notes.
It's good. I mentioned it earlier. 80%.
82%. You know,
he's got great touch.
Most big men really struggle from the free throw line. Look at that shot. Rhythm bounce.
I mean, what an acquisition. You talked about how he came to Oral Roberts, and Isaac Bride had a big hand in that. But to get this guy with Power 5 experience, a major presence inside, who's got that kind of touch, what a coup for Paul Mills.
And it wasn't like he wasn't playing for Arkansas. He had, last year, he started 10 of their first 15 games. Excellent from the free throw line. When your big man can make free throws, that is a huge bonus. Oh, this freshman still struggling.
Miller throws it right to Asmus, and then Asmus is mugged coming down the floor.
It's one of the things that David Richmond said they had to avoid turnovers. Open court opportunities for Oral Roberts. They love to play in the open court.
Asmus, senior out of Rockwall, Texas, going to the line. Been a lot of scouts in this building the last few days. Some looking at Asmus, some looking at Grant Nelson, some looking at Connor Vanover, of course. A few other players in this tournament. Asmus, though, you know, he's a little long in the tooth, and maybe that's working against him. Do you think he has a chance to make the NBA?
Well, he's got the great ability to play and to score points, and we're seeing, you know, he can also pass, has great vision. Oh, he's got a chance. Now, I'm not an NBA scout. I don't make my living doing that. That's a young man you're going to invite to training camp. See what he does.
First basket for Wheeler Thomas. Remember, he had 17 last night for the Bison, and his first points don't come until almost 9 minutes left in this basketball game.
He was digging a lot of dry holes early in this game.
Asmus, 19 points, couple of rebounds, and 11 assists. So another double-double, his second of the year.
Such great rhythm on his shot. Change the direction. That explosive step, and he can separate the great distance. And he gets set, those step-in 3 balls. He is spectacular.
This team is going to go into the tournament with a ton of confidence. 17 straight wins. They haven't lost since January the 9th, a true road loss at New Mexico. And they're clicking on all cylinders. They're healthy.
They have 30 wins, and they've got bench production. Their bench is playing well. They've got the shot blocker inside.
That goes down for Scunberg. Timeout with 8:35 to go. 76-43 Oral Roberts. A 7th NCAA trip in program history. Moments away for Oral Roberts. Back in a moment.
Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. on. Game 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 on.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire...
I'm light as a feather, I'm light as a feather, yeah, baby, I float. It's hard to...
It's just a little tight. Makes me feel husky.
Oral Roberts blowing out North Dakota State here in the Summit League title game. Hey, don't forget, we have you covered on Selection Sunday. It all starts at noon Eastern on ESPN with College Basketball Live. At 6, Reese and the guys look at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced, followed by breakdowns of each region. And then, of course, at 8, the women's field is revealed. And we'll have continuing coverage on ESPNU. He's Kevin Lehman. I'm Clay Matvick. We're going to punch a ticket here in the Summit League in the Northeast Conference. FDU, right before we came on the air, punching a ticket to join that list.
And SEMO wins in overtime. We did a lot of Drake's game. There's a dangerous team, the Drake Bulldogs. And Kennesaw State, one of the greatest turnarounds in history this year. They punched their ticket.
Drake coming off a blowout win in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament in St. Louis over Bradley. Bradley beat Drake to win the regular season championship on the final day of the regular season. But kind of like what we're seeing in this game, it was a blowout in the title game in the tournament. And that was a one-bid league, too.
Yeah, they played one week apart. But Darren DeVries had his Bulldogs ready to go.
Ace was back at the line.
There's another team like Oral Roberts projected as a 12 seed, the Drake Bulldogs. Those are some mid-major teams, Clay, you don't want to see in the tournament. You don't want to see them opposite you in the bracket. They are dangerous teams, and we've got one right here in the Golden Eagles.
They went 18-0 in the Summit League regular season, their first regular season title in 11 years. And they are just punishing North Dakota State here tonight in the championship game.
Oral Roberts has not lost to a Summit League team. It was a year ago today.
Wow.
They got beat by South Dakota State.
There's a blocking foul underneath. And now we got players down. Oh boy. Wamba slow to get up. And so is Andrew Morgan. Under 8 minutes to play. Back in a moment.
Game on. 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 Game on.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the hunt.
Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on.
In March, we move up ladders and into
It's a pretty balanced score sheet tonight for Oral Roberts. They've got 3 in double figures. Several guys in the scoring column, but Asmus and Mwamba have done a lot of the heavy lifting.
30 bench points by Oral Roberts. Patrick Mwamba with 20 of those bench points. And Max Asmith, 23 points. He is second in the all-time scoring list of the Summit League. He's third on Oral Roberts' all-time scoring list.
There's nothing he can't do. We saw him last night score 23 in that win over St. Thomas. Went 8 for 8 at the foul line and hit some clutch free throws late in that game when it was still hanging in the balance.
Well, Clay, it makes it look so easy, as you can see. Dave Richmond looking on.
Morgan hit those free throws after getting shaken up before that timeout.
Morgan's been able to get to the free throw line. He's got 13 points now, 7 out of 10 from the charity stripe for Morgan. He's been banged up a lot in this game.
Shot clock at 5. Jurgens falling away, hits it. Man, that's tough to defend that.
Yeah, that's his shot, that mid-range fadeaway jumper.
He is a veteran from Estonia.
He's had a quiet day, but they have not needed him.
Wheeler Thomas answers with a 2. Yeah, Jurgens was 1 of 6 from 3 last night. He was hoping to heat up tonight. But like you said, even if he'd had a great offensive night, it wasn't going to make a difference because it was everyone else that was taking care of business.
Well, the bench has been spectacular. That's what surprised me about this Oral Roberts team. What Mwamba has done in Weaver, they're playing with the confidence of starters.
Mwamba again from 3.
It's a good experience over these young players, the Bison. Wheeler Thomas, he is fearless, going to attack the big man. Here comes the freshman. He's going to go right down Main Street, giving up about 1.5 feet. Great timing. And another block shot. And Vanover's 6th block of the night.
McBride is hemmed in along the timeline, and that's an over and back.
Trapped the ball screen. Nice move by NDSU. Caused the turnover. One of the rare mistakes. Oral Roberts was not ready for that ball screen trap. Got him in the deep corner.
Wheeler Thomas now starting to find the touch. A little late to the scoring party tonight, but getting it going here a bit in the second half.
David Richmond loves that young man. He is a gym rat. And the story of him, he wouldn't even expect to play this year as he had a rod inserted into his tibia in June. Thought he wasn't going to be back till late January. Only missed 1 game.
Wow.
Coach Richmond calls number 10 fearless.
Block on Skunberg. He's not happy about it. Yeah, he wears his emotions on his sleeve, doesn't he?
That's the best part about his game. Tough dude. Take him in your foxhole any day.
Last year, Skunberg was the first man off the bench for Dave Richmond. This year, he's been a vital starter as Asmus goes back to the line. This is the 9th title game in the last 11 years for North Dakota State, and their 5th in a row. It's not going to result in a victory, barring something miraculous happening here in the last 5.5 minutes. But you know, you really got to tip your hat to North Dakota State. They lost their top scorer from last year's team, Sam Griesel. He went to Nebraska. Tyree Edey transferred out. They had an up and down regular season, but here they were just one win away from getting back to an NCAA tournament.
Yeah, young team. And your favorite player, Rocky Cruiser, he's playing in Germany.
Yeah, but they stuck it through and got to the championship game again.
Well, they really came on strong here at the end. You know, they've won here down the stretch 7 of the last 8 before this game.
Largest margin of victory in a Summit League title game. North Dakota State was involved in that one too. It was a few years ago. 36 points when they defeated Paul Sather's North Dakota squad. Now, of course, NDSU was on the winning side that time. We'll see what transpires here tonight. They're down 32 with 5:09 to go. White comes back in for NDSU.
And David Richmond talks about his program as a developmental program. They didn't go into the transfer portal. The only transfer they have is a junior college player, Jakari White, who's on the floor now. But they want to take guys, develop them, and keep them in the program.
ORU has dominated the boards, as you might expect tonight, out rebounding North Dakota State 35-26.
You get body on the big man. That was a free run for Vanover with that tip in. A rare miss by Asmus.
Wamba with the foul.
Now, as well as Vanover's played, he's only got 10 points. It seems like we'd have much more. He's approaching a double-double with 8 rebounds. And not only has he blocked shots, 6 of them, but he's been able to alter and change other shots. We need to start a stat on shot variations because of the big man in there.
ESPN Tournament Challenge is back. Go ahead and scan the QR code to play the #1 bracket game. Get ready for the madness. Kevin Lehman, I know you're a big app guy. I know you like the Tournament Challenge.
I'm all over that.
What's it going to take to win the NCAA tournament this year? I mean, is it going to be offense? Is it going to be defense? Is it going to be a Power 5 school that does it?
I kind of like what I'm seeing out of Kansas. Bill Self had to rebuild that program. They could be back-to-back national champs. Hasn't happened for quite some time. See how they do in that Big 12 tourney.
Max Asmus picking up that foul. And Bison are going to go to the line with Damari Wheeler-Thomas shooting.
Slow first half for Wheeler-Thomas, but he's starting to get more aggressive here in the second half. Approaching double figures with this free throw.
There's Paul Mills. I know he isn't the most appreciated guy here in the state of South Dakota. He's made his opinion known that he's not a big fan of the tournament being in Sioux Falls every year. I think he would like to see some more equity along the lines of the tournament location. But tell you what, he's got his team playing well in the postseason here in recent years. This is going to be their second championship in the city of Sioux Falls in 3 years. And it's going to be their 4th win as a program. They're 354 away from hoisting a trophy as champs of the Summit League.
Game on.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Game on. 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 Game on.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the hunt.
It's a little tight. Makes me feel husky.
What makes this time special? Have you ever seen an entire...
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Well, I guess we're not the only ones seeing a beatdown. It's happening in the West Coast Conference, too.
Gonzaga over St. Mary's, as they were talking about in the studio, just taken to the woods at 72-39. And St. Mary's, remember, this is one of the teams that Oral Roberts played in their non-conference. St. Mary's with an 8 net.
And now Paul Mills is going to start going to his bench a little bit as Jurgens is going to check out and get a big hug from his head coach. And Damari Williams into the game for the first time. This one really was never in doubt. Oral Roberts jumped out to a big lead. North Dakota State was cold from the field to start. And Vanover, that 7'5" presence on the interior, causing a lot of problems early, and it set the tone.
The 9 threes by Oral Roberts in the first half alone. They came out quickly with some ball screen action on the perimeter and got open some threes. And the bench was spectacular. Mwamba on fire in the first half.
That shot was deflected.
Just tough to get points in the paint with the big man Vanover patrolling inside.
Under 3 minutes to go. White. And another rebound for the big smiling Connor Vanover.
That's going to give him a double-double. 10 rebounds to go along with his 10 points.
And he'll try for a three.
Well, why not? Ooh.
Halfway down. Popped out.
He sees the guys on the bench ready to come in. He's going to get that three off before he has to take a seat. You're talking about his parents, Robin and Chris. How would you like to find beds for those guys?
Vanover is going to come to the bench. And we'll get some congratulations over there. What a night. What a tournament for him. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 6 blocks, 3 assists for Vanover. Asmus also going to take the rest of the night off.
And we know how good Asmith is, but what Vanover has added to this team with a shot blocker, ultra shots inside, just plugs up the entire middle lane for offenses.
McBride driving and scoring. He's got 10.
Quiet 10 by McBride.
5 guys in double figures for Oral Roberts. Now Williams in free flight flushes it down.
And Damari Williams with a run out. Big smile on his face.
Phipps, a three.
Phipps off the bench, a guy who plays a lot of minutes.
38-point lead.
Well, the bench has come in for Oral Roberts with tremendous energy.
Shot doesn't go for Waddles. Nice stick back there by Strite. And now we're going to get another substitution. Let's go back to that run out.
A loose ball turnover gets Williams out in space. A bench man's dream. Get a run out. And then McBride gets one off the flange. And there's the big man celebrating.
Clover into the game for the first time. Nate Clover out of Texas. Largest margin of victory in a championship game in the Summit League, 36 a few years ago. That could go down tonight. He's at 36 right now. White, jumper, no. Kept alive. Waddles can't get that three to go.
And they're battling on the offensive glass.
You got to give it to the Bison. They continue to fight. Slutton hit that one.
Oral Roberts going to let the clock run down. There's about a 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock. This is where you don't want to have the ball in your hands because you're going to get credit with the turnover. Your Phipps, you're going to pass it.
Absolute domination for Oral Roberts. They're going to win their second conference championship in 3 years. They're going to win it for the fourth time. And for the second time in 3 years, they're going to beat North Dakota State to do it.
Well, it's been impressive from all facets, whether it's the three ball, the bench production has been tremendous.
92-58 the final. Oral Roberts, the champions of the Summit League. A perfect run through the regular season and perfect here in Sioux Falls, winning 3 straight games.
Got off to a great start and never looked back, Clay. A. Smith was spectacular. The big man inside gave him some rim protection. 13 threes by Oral Roberts as they shot it out of the gate. Tremendous. And then the bench, the production from the bench was huge, especially in the first half.
5 players in double figures, 2 with double doubles, including Asmus and Vanover. Asmus 26 points, 11 assists. Vanover 10 and 10. And there is Paul Mills. Another deep run in the NCAA tournament, perhaps. I mean, this team certainly looks like they're going to be a problem for somebody.
Well, Clay, they got all the pieces. They can shoot the three ball. They got veteran leadership. A. Smith is spectacular. I like McBride in that backcourt also. And then Vanover, as it gives them that extra factor, his ability inside to patrol the paint, ultra shots, block shots, and he's got great offensive skill also.
Paul Mills, the head coach of Oral Roberts, joins us now. And Coach, congratulations on another championship. Last night in the semifinals, things didn't come quite so easy, but tonight, everything came easy. Everything right from the opening tip went your way. What was the game plan?
Well, want to give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, and it helps when you have good players. And Max Asmus, and we hadn't shot it well our first 2 games, but we shot it well tonight. We shot it well early, and, you know, they made some decisions to, you know, back off us some guys. And I thought Patrick Mwamba and Carlos Jurgens, when I watched Carlos Jurgens' first one go in, I thought it would be a good night. But